You're standing wherever you like, mate. There's a good spot. We're going live. We've gone live.
Hello. Hi, we're going to have the pet talk if anyone else wants to come up to the tent behind the embassy.
Don't rush at once.
No, I can deal with the 5 here. 6, let's step up the back. 7. Alright, okay, so I'll start with some basic things and you can ask some questions, okay? Alright, for 1. Dogs with cancer, let's just say for a start. Okay, we do use THC, but we're very careful with the THC. Right, you have to titrate up very slowly and not scare the dog. If you scare the dog, it can die. Right, it can run out in front of a car, it's starting to get hit, it can have a heart attack, it can have seizures. If we titrate up very slowly and it gets used to it and not scared, it's good. Dogs also put themselves into renal failure if they think they're dying, and therefore they start to really die. So we really have got to watch that sort of thing. Sometimes, yes. Yeah, dog doesn't like it, he doesn't know what's happening, it's not like a person we can explain it to. So, you know, I do about 1/4 gram a day for a big cancer in a dog, but I would start on a match heads.
Does it cure the cancer or does it just...
It shrinks the tumours.
It does?
It does. I've had quite a few successes. No, 100%, I've had them completely go. Yep. I've had tumours capsulate and actually come away from the area it's in, and they just lance it and take the lump out. Where it was attached before that. A THC. CBD's not going to do it. CBD is really good for other things for dogs. So if we've got stress or fireworks or anxiety, we're giving them CBD or THCA. THC is probably one of my favourite ones for the dogs. I first started using that for epilepsy in my dog 15 years ago. From the day he had it at 10, I started giving it. He passed away at 17 and never had another seizure. So I thought I've got to get into this field.
Are you a vet or you just...
No, I'm not a vet. I'm the dog lady, that's all. Just very...
You're like the crazy cat lady but ain't the crazy dog lady?
Exactly. Don't want to be the crazy cat lady, I want to be the crazy dog lady. Okay, so we're going to diet too. A lot of people are feeding their dogs wrong. Yep.
Oh, you just said THC4 or something?
THCA.
How many THC variants are there?
We have 140 different cannabinoids and probably about 8 of them are in the THC. But we really only use THC and THCA and maybe a THCV. Alright, so it depends whether it's neurological or whether it's something else. So look, we'll touch on the diet. Everybody is usually feeding their dogs wrong. Most of the cancers dogs are getting is from dry food, is kibble. Thank you. You're a legend. Okay, so that's what we've got to teach everyone. The vets are still telling people to cook your dog's meat, you know, put veggies in. Exact. Science diet. If I had the video, next year I'm going to do a PowerPoint. There's a vet in America that speaks out and he says, you know, a dog out in the bush doesn't have a stove and kibble. It just doesn't exist. When we cooked their meat, we took away their cancer-fighting gene. Right, so now they just can't.
That's right.
So that's right. We've actually cured cancers in dogs with just raw meat diet too, depending what sort of. Exact. Yeah, but they have some of it. You know, I have a husky and a kelpie. My kelpie is 70% meat, 30% veggie. My husky is nearly 60% veggie and 40% meat. So all breeds are a bit different.
We got one dog who's sort of eat a bit of everything.
Yep.
And then the other dog, well, she's a bitch, really, but she feels like it. And lays with food.
Huh, you should have my husky talking about playing food. Shit. She plants it around the house on my poor kelpie. She puts little piles everywhere. Oh yeah, and she just lays there and guards it and he comes here and he goes, I'm not going near it, I'm not going near it. He's so scared of her and she's never attacked him, she just growls. She does sound like a wolf though, so he's like, oh, get that one out of me. I haven't heard those growls before. Okay, so we've got on the diet, but we're raw meat, great. Always keep away from things, don't put gravy on our dog's food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only because anything from powder to water causes things like arthritis, rheumatism, fibromyalgia, those sort of things, and dogs get them too. So all their joints will start aching. So, yes, Star, we do use powdered herbs as in the magic mushrooms. That's a bit different. Not magic mushrooms.
You got
I'll tell you later. Medicinal mushrooms. So, turkey tail, lion's mane, they're both really good ones. And the shiitake. When they're fighting a cancer, we need to raise that immune system, so that's why we'll feed them things like that. Also a big one on golden paste, turmeric, making it up for dogs. It's on the internet if you Google golden paste for dogs. We're going to give them a...
This beer, old man's beer?
Yes, yeah, old man's beer is good. Yeah.
It's got to be an animal one.
Yeah. But we've got to watch, like, we sell them in the shop and they're already a tincture. They're alcohol, they're not good for our dogs. So I go to Happy High Herbs and I'll buy the powdered ones. But that's about it, so. Okay, done diet nearly. Any other questions about the diet? You're pretty good, you know. I'm really happy. Yeah, it's just everyone goes, oh, dry feed and I cook them and I'm like, no, we're not doing that anymore.
I'll tell you a fact about it, well, you probably already know, but the cat breeder, where we've got the cat, even said don't feed the cat dry biscuits because it gets caught in their teeth and the rocks their fucking teeth.
It does, and it catches between.
We had a cat previously we used to feed biscuits, and that's exactly what happened to it.
I'll just turn on.
You can answer.
Nah. I don't want to talk to them.
But yeah, so even
What
the
about
cat.
fasting with these herbs? Like, you know, feed them one day a week, no food, all that kind of stuff.
Normally if they're not sick, yeah, I would. I like fasting. We should do that to dogs. A lot more people don't. My husky can go 3 days without food and she doesn't want it and she doesn't need it.
That's what our dogs feed.
You know, so...
That's what our dogs feed on.
But my Kelpie's a pig, he just wants to eat every day. I go, mate, you fast, and it is good. So, another good thing that I've discovered in the last few years, good for the dog's health, coconut water. It's really healthy for dogs to drink it, and it's great. It's like oiling the bones inside, you know, it's giving a lubricant. That coconut water works well. So once a week I fill my dog's water with coconut water and they drink it. Coats are great, nails are great. And it just gives them that bit, yeah, it's a good one.
Giving the dogs like it's fish oil tablets and there's another one
We are the hemp embassy, we don't use fish oil. We got something a lot better than fish oil. We got hemp seed oil. And it has the omegas-3, 6 and 9 and all the essential fats, much better than any fish oil you're ever going to find. So, no, you gotta go get some. You're feeding right, let's get some hemp seed oil in their diet as well. Yep.
And how many drops would you put on that?
I'd give a 20 kilo dog a teaspoon of hemp seed oil a day. Yeah. I also use sushi seaweed sheets. It's a 20-cent piece size of that crumbled in their dinner, gives them their greens. It also gives them the calcium that they need. And also bones, only ever raw, obviously. We don't cook the bones and don't give pork bones. Beef aren't too good, they splinter as well. Lamb's probably one of the best on knuckles. Yeah. What else am I going to say?
Chicken necks, what do you reckon there?
Yeah, I like chicken necks. Don't listen to the vets if they're going to get salmonella. We've never seen a dog with salmonella from chicken unless... It can be rotten and a dog can eat it. So, you know, online they're saying all this stuff and they want you to eat their foods. I'm like, go away, chicken necks are good. I'm a little bit back off the wings a bit because there's just too many bones. You know, whereas the chicken neck, they just crunch it all up and love it. I am going to buy a mincer soon so I can do whole chickens.
Just to confirm, you said coconut water, not coconut milk.
No, coconut water. Yeah. I only just discovered it.
A lot of people will do think it's the same.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but their coats are so good. My husky just looks $1 million, but that's because she is $1 million. Okay, so any questions about how to treat something else? Yes. Okay, you in the back there, where are you?
Yeah, I was just going to say, are dogs the only animals with cannabinoid systems? Is that true?
No, definitely not.
So cats have...
Anything that has a backbone or a vertebrae has an endocannabinoid system. Right. Only ones... I thought reptiles, some of them didn't, but it works out most of them do too.
Okay.
So I just treated a lizard last month, and he handled it well, just CBD oils. He was getting stressed when when he's an entertainment lizard. Okay, so he goes to talks and he does all this, and he started getting anxiety from people touching him. So we put him on a bit of a different diet, put some CBD into it. Now he loves everybody. So, yeah. Dogs do have 10 times more the receptors than us though. So we do have to be careful. So what that crumb of a cookie is a lot to a dog where it's not to us. That can floor a dog. And what we have to watch is, yeah, dogs, you can't explain being stoned to them. You know, it's pretty hard. So some dogs will actually think they're dying. They go, what's happening to me? Shit, I don't like this. You know, and they're just like the Indigenous do the pointing of the bone, and they go into Sing Sing. Dogs pretty much can do that. They think they are, they put their body into it, and therefore they start dying. So we've got to quickly sort of bring that back, get a drip in and pull it up. But anxiety, stress, aggressiveness, skin condition is one of my big ones. Definitely the CBD oil for that. I also would recommend coconut oil again, but now coconut oil, not coconut water, to rub on the skin. Also oats, hey. Stocking with oats in, if you've got a bit of a summer itch or a bit of a heat spot, early will work and soothe the itch a bit, especially that grass itch that a lot of them get.
So if you don't use gravy what do you do something else on it? How about a bit of meat broth?
Yeah, well I do miso or something. Yeah, you can just make up anything in a little bit of a flavour.
Vegetable stock or something.
Yeah, vegetable stock would be better than the gravy.
Yeah.
Gravy's got the congealing thing in it, you know, and that's not good for them. So make it more watery, yeah, and a bit of a flavour. Okay, any other question? Yeah?
I was just saying, the coconut oil, that's just the bottle of coconut.
Yep, just normal coconut oil. Don't get the MCT oil for that, it's a derivative. Get the coconut oil. Rub it in and it's good for their skin. You watch all those rashes go.
In their water though,
in their water I do coconut water.
yeah, just in the bottle one.
Yep, yep. I just buy my dogs a cheap $2 big bottle from the supermarket every week and they get it. Yeah. And also don't forget to give them an oily fish once a week too, you know.
Give them a can of sardines.
Sardines is great, but at the moment I'm using mullet just because we have the fish guy come into town and they're cheap. So mullet's great, they get $2 a fillet, I buy one each a week. Good oily fish, we need that in their diet too. That will stop them dehydrating from the inside, which is what dry food does. Or it says supply water. You can't make the dog drink water. You know, for a bowl of dry food, he needs to drink about 4 litres of water. No one's dog does. So they're all just slowly drying inside, you know. About 8 years ago, we discovered and worked out it really is killing our dogs' dry food. Yeah, it's one of the biggest cancer causes. Then again, I'll touch too on Prevectos and neck guards. We really got to be careful. I have to use them in this area. I don't have a choice, but I'm very mindful on giving them a break. I don't do it in the winter. This year I had to go back a little bit earlier. I can't check the husky all over. She's just got a coat that's too hard to do. It does cause epilepsy later and nervous twitches. If you notice your dog's ever twitching, a lot of the time that'll be Prevectos or neck guards. It works on the central nervous system with it, which isn't good.
What did you like that?
By probably 5 years. Probably 5 years. But like I said, I'm trying to not do it as often. And I also change the brands. I might do a 3-month Prevecto, and I might do a month's neck guard, and then I don't use anything for 3 months and my dogs stay with me. But they need that break. It's not good, but we haven't got anything else at the moment that is going to work for the dangerous paralysing ticks out here. It's horrific. We're losing dogs every week out here. It's horrible. And it's such a horrible way to watch them go. And there's nothing you can do in affecting their breathing. Yeah. And, yep.
I was just wondering, when dogs are having seizures, is it better with the CBD, or is that when you put a bit of THCA or something in?
I like THCA for seizures. Sometimes I have to use both, so I'll start with THCA. If in 2 weeks I haven't managed to get their seizures under control, I'll add CBD as well. And sometimes I'll use both. It's never just CBD. It's either just THCA or a mix of the two. So I usually give the THCA at night, and in the morning I'll give the CBD. THCA is one of our best cannabinoids. Non-psychoactive, yet has nearly all the properties that THC does, you know. But we can't use it for cancers. We don't metabolise it quick enough to turn it out of us. But
You find a dog drinking more with THC?
no, they don't dream. I haven't had a dream for about 30 years, I don't think. When you smoke a lot of cannabis, we don't dream. So dogs would be the same. Yeah. No, all my dogs get is that nervous twitch, which I'm a bit annoyed about the Provecto with. But any other questions? Oh, good night, sorry. Any other questions? So we've touched on cancer, we've touched on stress, anxiety, aggression. Aggression, I might put a fraction of THC in the CBD, so they're not getting a big load of it. But we'll never use CBD as an isolate either. It doesn't work, right? And the dogs and kids have proved that to you. Adults can have placebo, a dog can't, right? We use an isolate, it doesn't work. We need that entourage, we need that synergy, right? So a little low about, I make a pet tonic here available at the Hemp Embassy. That's about 15% CBD and about 3% THC, right? But your dog doesn't get stoned. It's not enough unless you gave him over his dose. But I'd put them on a dose where they're not getting stoned, they're just getting the good benefits. But good point, THCA is much better for epilepsy. Mulloway's talking about. So, any other questions about animals? Can't think of much more else to say. Yes, thanks, Steph.
Everybody's got dogs.
Yep.
Around here, goats.
Goats.
Goats. Have you had any?
Yeah, goats. I did a goat last year. Yeah, I'm having great success with goats. Yeah, they handle it. They handle it well. Yes. Yeah. They're the only ones too that can eat the raw dope plant, and they churn it so much and heat it that it activates, and then they stand there stoned for the next 3 hours. You know, like a silly goat, but they love it.
The waddles, they actually like being out of it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'm just curious and listening how.
No, goats are doing really well on cannabis medicine. Yeah.
What for, do you know?
Okay, so we had the goat lady over here. She had an aggressive goat, and she had a goat that just kept butting all the others and injuring them. So we put him I put him on a CBD with a low THC for about a month. Calmed him down. We separated him from the others for a while. We treated their wounds that he'd done. And look, when he came back, he didn't do it, but he has to stay on it for his life because I can't take him off it. He gets too aggressive. Another one, we have goats and things that have been nervous and that round people or not good round the kids. Again, we'll put this in the diet and you watch them come up. Hemp seed oil is good for goats too. Just hemp seed oil. Getting the omegas. All right, anyone else? Hey, got a question about a dog?
Why's it got to be about a dog?
No, it doesn't. It can be about a cat or a horse.
No, I've got a granddaughter with fucking snakes and lizards.
Yes, yeah, okay, snakes. I haven't given a snake it yet, and I have a pet snake, but he hasn't needed it.
Yeah, your daughter's got a snake. You got one.
Yeah, my daughter's got him. Mum gets left with everything. Stop getting your kids pets, and then they move out and leave them with you.
And again there, put it on.
Yes, yes. So really good one for the snakes I have used the oil for. A snake shedded and he did it patchily and it wasn't coming off right. So we got the cotton balls and into the oil and we just basted in, got it all off. He lay there for hours after that quite happy, you know, with his nice clean coat. He wanted it off, but they can't get it off and it can be detrimental to him if we leave those bits on. They start to grow over those. Haven't treated many though, but I think nearly every animal should have a few drops in their meal every night just for health. Have a CBD or a THCA, obviously not the THC. THCA. What else? We've gone through diet, gone through cancer. Hello, Angela. What do you want to know? What can you ask about Millie? Believe Feeding noses. You feeding a dry food? Yeah, get off it. Not you off it, her off it. Now, stop the dry food. It's dehydrating them, and I can't get this across to people enough. It's dehydrating them from the inside. So, you know, we worked out that for that bowl of dry food, that dog needs about 4 litres of water. He's not going to drink 4 litres of water. So all these dogs are coming up with cancers between the age of 10 and 12, and they're flooded, they're infested. It's dry foods. And also stop cooking their meat.
I also heard that dry food shit. They only have to put, I can't remember the exact percentage, but say it's 5% or whatever, what they're right, and the rest they can make whatever they want.
Exactly, exactly.
It's not.
And they use all the cheap fillers.
That's right, you're not getting 100% what you think it is.
Mace is a big one, maize, corn.
Like human food.
Yeah, they use a lot of that in pet food, and it's not good for them. So all these sort of things aren't going to be... Do your dogs feed, your cats or whatever's, feed yourself. Raw diet, raw meat, raw veggies. People say, how do you feed them raw veggies? I actually was stupid enough to cut them up in chunks and give them to my dog, and he's just left them in the bowl. But now we grate it. Just grate a carrot or grate a zucchini, mix it in the meat, and they're gone. Yeah? Good. Fruit is great. We should give them more berries, strawberries, blueberries, bananas. Yeah, that. When I said my husky has that more vegetation diet, she eats a lot of fruit. So, yeah. No, thanks Angela, thanks Katrina. Katrina, how was it down there? Okay. Okay. You showed up. Alright, what else? Oh, horses. Okay, horses is one I'm going to get into next year a little bit better. I'm going to start doing hemp, like lucerne, in their diet. This is going to be great for things like those splints, hoof problems, antibiotics. Back in the 60s we did use hemp crops to feed our dairy cows. We don't anymore, they made it illegal, they took it away, and now the dairy cows have to have a needle every week for antibiotics. It's killing them. Should just go back to the hemp, but that's a government thing. It will be there, but I think we've got to get it in some horse feeds, which means it will be in cow feeds and the rest. Yeah.
They love it. I've got 4 horses in the field.
Ah, hello. They're loving it. You just feed them the hemp raw?
I give them the hemp seeds.
Great, great.
Add it to the for the omegas and stuff like that.
Yeah, good.
But when they're sick, I give them the oil too. And the funny thing is they don't take it, or they don't take parts of you if they're not sick, but when they're sick, they eat it.
Oh, of course, all my animals have a plant in the backyard. They're allowed to take it when they
Other
want.
days they will go now, and other days they won't.
Exactly.
Maybe
Yeah, animals know
it
more than
depends
us
on the
in
quality
that.
probably too.
Yeah, no, that's good. Horses is the next one. I think WA is the only one that actually has it in some horse feeds now. It's the hemp hearts, is how they're getting away with it. But, you know, this is the new feed, will be the new feed for animals and stock. And so we don't have to use as many antibiotics, and they won't be having to call the vet as often as they do. Yes, it was always in birdseed. Yes. Yeah, we should be going back to the budget. All of them, they should be it should be thrown in again, just like the sunflower seeds and everything else. Much healthier. Yeah. Just though these days I have noticed bird seeds when you buy them, like these wild mix, they're too commercial. There's stuff in there that just shouldn't be in there. Again, try and make your own mix. Buy those sunflower seeds, buy those hemp seeds, buy those different things. Make a mix. I know it's a hassle, but if we love our animals, we should do that. All right. Any other questions?
What about the like the spine? I got a young German Shepherd, she's
Yep.
about 3, and I think it's a condition that she's got these bone spurs in her thorax, and they don't know why yet. We're still trying to work that out. So,
Okay, so I'd put your dog straight away on some oil.
some oil.
I'd put him on a very low THC CBD oil, and if you feed it constantly for about 2 months, we should be getting rid of those spurs and doing a lot better. I wished I didn't have time. I have a book of all the letters get sent to me of what I've done, and I've got one with those.
Oh, really?
Complete success. Even the vet wrote to me and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "They're just feeding it right now, and we're giving him oil." He said, "I didn't think this dog would ever be treatable. And I said, well, it is with cannabis, so.
Really? Okay. So how much would you give him?
I'd give him,
Okay.
it's hard. See, when we say that, how much, it depends what the strength of the oil is and where it's from. Just for example, if I say the hemp embassy's pet tonic, right? I would give, how big's your dog?
It's like 35 kilos.
Okay, so I'd probably give it 20 drops a day in a meal, a dog that size and the strength that we have. So always remember this. People say, oh, you know, it's 350 mils in the third. You still don't know what the strength of that was. You're just telling me the amount you're putting in that litre. Right? You're not telling me what the strength is. We need to know if it's a 17%, if it's a 25%, and then we can judge it. I've had ours tested, so I know how to do it with the dogs. Probably. Put a bit of a terpene in too. Terpenes are another thing which are good for dogs. Yeah, they're doing depression and neurological problems we can use with penine and myrcene and those sort of things. If you know what your dog has and you look through the terpene list, you'll see which one it needs. Beta-carotene is one of the best for animals too. That does their sight and everything, and keep their sight and their hearing good. Okay. Anything else? I'm really not doing good today, am I? Scratching like itches? Yeah, we want some either coconut oil on the coat and rub it in, and maybe a bit of internal THCA as well. But definitely try the coconut oil on the outside, because it's a very common thing. A little dog? It's always little dogs. I always say I think their tummies are too close to the ground and they pick up all the grass things. Yeah, it's a big thing.
What itch should they get that they don't really know, which is a fungal type one, like the one step on from the plants, you know, skin thing?
What, like mange?
It's like mange, but when it's wet and it just starts spontaneously popping up all over their body.
Oh, hot spots.
Hot spots are usually like, whatever it is, their name, I use bloodwood actually.
You use bloodwood?
I use bloodwood, powdered bloodwood.
Oh, Star's not here. Between Star and I, we've probably used everything on hot spots. I like sulphur.
Yeah, I use sulphur.
I like sulphur. Bloodwood, I'm going to have to look into that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I had it for the humans. I didn't even think of it for the dogs. I think I did tell Star to use it on the last cancer she had on a dog. I'd always put bloodwood in.
Yeah, but it seals, stops,
Yeah.
dries.
Yeah. So sulphur's good, and what's the other one? There's, again, just taking the heat out of that area, taking it out. So oats in a stocking, soak it in water, dab your dog all over. If we can keep it cool, also take the hair back from all of those spots, because that's what keeps it infected. Yeah. Okay. Ben, got a question about your cat?
No, she does have a bit of bad back sometimes, yeah.
No, she should be on CBD for the arthritis, rheumatism sort of thing, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. A few drops, she probably only need about 3 drops a day. How much does she weigh?
Oh, she's big, about 7-8 kilos.
Okay, she needs 5 drops a day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Nobody else? I'm going to end here today. Steph, you've been great help to me, thank you. Yeah, that's good, it's good. Next year, where's sister?
I'm here, mate.
Oh, there you are. Next year, I'm going to try to have a PowerPoint.
So next year she'll be talking in the evening at about 5 o'clock when the sun goes down. And we'll have a big movie screen with animals on it.
Because I've got a lot of success stories. People have sent me seriously, some of the dogs that I've done, it's a mirror. I still get a go myself. I'm like, you know, vets are writing to me all around Australia. What did you do? We just put them on a good diet. We just did all this and they're perfect. I've had dogs with rare platelet diseases in their blood and I've cured it. And I'm not a vet. I just work with cannabis, you know, and animals. But yeah, we've got some great successes now. I've got another dog that had a cancer, a little Jack Russell. He actually made it into the RX magazine in America, and he had such a rare disease, he was dying. There's nothing the vet could do anymore. They came to me, I changed the diet, put him on all this stuff. 6 months later, the dog was cured of cancer. It's now 4 years on. It's had a litter of pup and perfectly healthy. You know, and the vet just said, I just don't know how you did it. Turmeric's in there, everything's in there. I really changed a lot of things and just pumped the dogs with it. And rabbits. Rabbits another good one, actually. You got rabbits? Yeah, okay, I'm going to drop Lauren some off for her rabbits, so she'll give you a bottle too for at home. Since you're stuck. Yep.
Cushing's disease.
Yep. Okay, I do a few Cushings. All I can do is put it into remission. We're never going to get rid of it. But so they have to stay on the oil. But I've had about 10 successes with Cushing's now and set it back. But it's still there, so yeah. So you got a dog with Cushing's?
I think so. 12 months ago she was borderline and now it's pretty obvious her back legs are just wasting away.
Yeah, you need to get on some CBD for her straight away actually. Yeah. If you want to come up and see us later, I'll say you the right thing. Make sure you get it and give you your directions. Done. Alright, is that it for everyone? That's it from Francis, who's nursing a hangover. Thank you.
You never know whether it's actually like,
That's why I love it. That's why I love it.
Testing on eye drops in rabbit's eyes or something, we have no other choice.
No, that's right. But we're not testing on animals like they do.
No, that's what I mean. Totally animals. We have no other choice.
No, that's it. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, everyone. Any questions, come see me. Yep.
Does anyone want cannabis books about Teresa Topic?
Doesn't have to be.
Hey, no.
I don't think we need to do that. Yeah.
Dr. Teresa Topic.
Oh, okay.
She was here yesterday in the book sign. She didn't take them all.
Exactly.
So I see her a bit there.
Okay, I'll go get a business card from upstairs. Yeah, no, I'm not staying upstairs. I'll come back down. Yeah, that is. I'm just trying it first. You can see it all coconut. 3 times. Just trying it. It just. Okay, but not on the coating to it. Yeah, put in the coconut. It just helps. Alright. Yep. Well, my CBD has a little bit of THC in it. We won't take it out with those tests. We take it out, it doesn't work. And like Steph just said, dogs are the best. You can't conceive of it. They really tell me whether it's working, you know. I can have people think it's working in their head, but it's not. It's made specifically for them. You know, a lot of people are just putting it out there. They're just shammers. Really, we've got to watch it. Oh, well, don't start me on the doctor's stuff. I've also got to teach them not to bloody give ice shots. This one. Yeah. Or I will be.
Yeah, are you like, is that where you used to work?
Yeah, that's where I work. Yeah, I might go up and get a few bottles and I'll be back.
Okay.
And some cards. Yeah, I would do. I'm going to get you a book home up there of our success stories too, which we have some in it with Spurs. So I'd like to give the dog about, with that size, about 20 drops a day. Just put it in the feed at night. 20 drops is 1 drop. Right, there's 30 drops. And it's $60. Oh, turkeys. Yeah, I got a minute. Oh, okay. But I'm going to go out and come back. And then I'll just get this thing. Yeah, no worries. What's the next one?
show must go on. So we got Dr. Jamie Rickard. He looks like he's a medical director of the Nando Clinics. They dispense cannabis oil, medicine. And by the way, after that is Dr. John Tay, who's a registered medical prescribing doctor of cannabis. I guess probably got one of the biggest lists of cannabis that you can buy. Buds, syntheticals, capsules, CBD, indicas, sativas, so that's what's on the market that you can get legally prescribed. So going back one step, Jamie Rickard, endocannabinoid system and how all these cannabis therapies actually get integrated into the body. Homeostasis and healing. And he's a prescriber as well. Actually, they're both, I haven't heard Jamie Rickard out of the name. I did know Dr. John Tay always did very well. And I mentioned Jamie Rickard started in the Imperial College. Imperial.
What about this one at 12:30 at the town hall?
I don't know, I'm not a town hall person. What's happening there? What is it?
Cannabis integrated approaches to help with the way.
By who?
Professor Collier O'Brien.
That's Loris is well known. Again, Jamie Rickard, well he's here next. So, and Teresa Tubman, someone's just got their books. That's more like a panel discussion. So we've got, you get variety. If you miss that one, you pick it up here.
So here's one to give brother if you want on the back.
But we can all text you or something. Is that getting here?
One other thing you said about restaurant. Yeah.
He's a bright, loving person too, loving person. When Stacey's walked down this I only went Monday and Wednesday now.
Yes, this is it. Dr. Rickard or something. I haven't seen Dr. Jamie Rickard. He should be coming. No, that's 11:45.
It's not online, you can do a mail order. It must be registered post. Yes, you are sending us the cash, put it inside the card. Can't see.
Here is Jamie Rickard.
We're done for about 9 years now.
Our next week as well.
This one. Thank you.
Where are you from, Jamie?
Jamie's here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been a few times, been to Victoria, like in the Zucker's Valley twice. And you know about the Max Studio?
so we've got Dr. Jamie Rickard here for a few minutes by the looks of it. Half an hour, everybody. 45 minutes, Dr. Jamie Rickard, cannabis medicine, endocannabinoid systems, over to you.
Hello. Good. How are you guys?